It's okay to ride the scooters here, but as soon as you cross the sidewalk right over there, you could be facing a $20 fine. What's now an empty field was an abandoned building on the day of the murders. The app has many features that make it easy for kids to find food, including how to get there and what's on the menu. This year, the museum is highlighting two major icons that have helped lay the bricks to make racing what it is today. Right now, this fence stands free of hateful messages, but the memory of what was once draped here still remains. The CDC says if you've been sick, you should avoid getting in a public pool for at least 2 weeks to avoid spreading any bacteria. Greenwood is already planning ahead for when Allie is ready to retire. Charlie here has been in training for 8 months to be Greenwood's next therapy dog. According to the National Weather Service, frostbite can set in as little as 10 minutes. INDOT says last year they sent their first truck out like this in December. But with Indiana weather, you have to be ready for anything. Day in and day out, searchers are still out looking for Owen Jones. Sickle cell disease affects people all across the state of Indiana. New state legislation is going to dedicate more resources to those with the disease. The Indy Pride Festival is this weekend, and there has been some controversy as to whether mayoral candidate Jim Merritt will be walking in the parade. People living at the I-70 Mobile Home Park are unsure of what their future holds after being told by the park's owners that they have to pack up and leave. But for Leanna Martinez, her home is more than simply just walls and a roof.
This is my grandma's house, and I lived here with her for about a year. And then she passed. So that was kind of like my promise to my grandma when she passed away, that I'd take care of her home.
Martinez and her neighbors received notice back in August that they had 60 days to move out because the park's owners, Blue Lake Incorporated, couldn't afford $100,000 to repair the sewage system. The news didn't seem real to Martinez.
I was just like in a daze.
And her neighbors feel the exact same way.
Give us some more time, my God. We can't just, like me, I can't just grab my home and roll out of here because you say I gotta leave.
With so much up in the air, residents are entering fight or flight mode. Some are still here fighting for their homes and others have already left. Neighbors tell us the man that lived here was so scared, he tied his trailer to a truck and ripped it right off the frame. But people at the park received a little glimmer of hope on Thursday. Attorney General Curtis Hill put a temporary restraining order on the owners of the park. Until October 18th, Blue Lake Incorporated cannot excavate the park, close it, shut off utilities, or keep residents from using their mobile homes.
It brought me to tears for a minute because he helped us out. He's got us a few more days at least.
Residents hope the court's hearing outcome, October 18th, will give them a fighting chance to stay. And for Martinez, being able to stay means being able to continue her grandmother's legacy.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to leave her here. I'll stay here as long as I can.
Signs, costumes, drums, and a whole lot of red, all in support of Red for Ed Day. With over half of the state's school districts closed, some parents went to the rally and brought their kids along.
They're being a part of history, and they are also seeing that it's not just our school that's facing the issues, it's other schools as well.
I'm here today with my kids and some other kids who also, they needed a place or something to do, since their district didn't have school.
The thousands of people you see gathered here behind me at the Indiana State House are all here fighting for more than just one cause, but the underlying issue, education.
It's not just for pay raises like everyone thinks. We're trying to funnel, more money into them to have better resources. And so for her to be able to see that and see lots of teachers there, I think made it even more special.
Not every school district closed, but in the ones that did, some parents had to figure out what to do with their kids for the day.
This is a difficult situation. Going to school is really important, and it's especially the last minute difficult for parents to find a space.
Parents we talked to say that supporting their teachers is important to them.
We support you and that we are here as parents to help you in any way we can.
And children, being able to experience the rally firsthand, a true teaching opportunity.
There's a lot of lessons that they learn, not just about maybe that legislative process, but coming together for a cause, using their voice, giving them a chance to be heard is really a vital lesson for kids.
People all across the state reported to Pendleton Christian Church today to begin an organized volunteer effort. Work began almost immediately after the EF2 tornado hit, but it wasn't until today that organized volunteering began. Everyone had the same goal, to restore Pendleton to the town it was before the damaging storm.
We talk a lot about love, we talk a lot about helping folks, but this is just one way we can kind of put boots to the ground.
Volunteers were given maps to follow and told different locations around town to go. Anyone wearing an orange bracelet was part of the organized effort. A safety briefing was provided to volunteers before they headed to their specific cleanup sites.
You come down, you find something. A gal just asked me, where do I go? And I said, you just look and see what needs done. Just do it.
Volunteers in Falls Park were raking, picking up, and putting debris in trash bags. The tornado that swept through Pendleton left both trees and lives uprooted. What you see here is part of what is still left after a day full of cleaning the town's beloved park. Although a lot of progress has been made, there is still work to be done.
Everybody serving his community, it's just really nice to see. I like seeing that.
And it's the generosity of all the volunteers that will make it happen.
I'm so grateful for the people that have came out and helped us in our need. I mean, it's great. I love it. I just love it.
To learn more about how you can volunteer to help, head over to wishtv.com.